Dude, draft tournaments take so long. Oh my god. Where did my day go? It's gone. Okay, so this is a nightmare flop. This is the worst flop. This is a disaster. Do I just escape route my Ursa? That's smart. I mean, that makes sense, right? I can even curve it with untested grunt here. So if I escape route my Ursa, I'm basically taking 6 tower damage, and I'm healing his PA for 7. And I'm giving it 1 armor permanently too. But I'm denying him 5 golds, and I'm getting my Ursa 1 turn earlier. If I deploy the Debbie here and clean this up with like a no accident, I think it's fine. I mean, either way, I open with grunt first, right?
Ready to prove myself.
It's just the lane we have to grunt. This is definitely not an ideal flop for me. That's okay. If Bristle spawns into Enchantress later in the series and we draw combat training in the opening hand, we feel good about that combat training.
Savagery can
That can't possibly be right, yeah? I mean, that's a very good trade for me. We're also committing the escape route early if we do this. I don't know. Escape route seems like a good play, but I'm really not the biggest fan. I think it's kind of a trap. I want to save it for hands. The thing about TP scrolls is like, the thing you have to, and escape route, because it's the same thing. The thing you have to understand is like, your hero skips combat is bad. Like, sometimes you die in combat, but I mean, the PA is like losing health. He's getting golds, which is nice, but preserving the escape route and at least allowing the Ursa to punch the PA. Like, it's permanent minus armor, which matters. We can clean it up next turn. This melee creep might not even be necessary. So right now the Magnus might want to go left. If we can juke him, we can maintain some kind of advantage. Going right into the Enchantress could feel pretty good. We could actually play for, well, we're not going to go into the Keef. We could play for both lanes here. If we dodge the PA, he needs a health item, basically. The odds of him having a health item are pretty high. Picking the PA off with no accident feels good. Killing the Enchantress also feels very good. Enchantress is kind of a scary hero that I want to respect. I think, though, that this is 2 value. Not surprising. We could think about escape routing this. So the one thing is, for his Darkseer to... We can dodge left. If his Darkseer comes in here, Surge will immediately just, you know, make it so there's 2 heroes left again. And then in 2 turns, he'll have 1 hero left. And that's about when he wants to be getting the 2nd hero out of here, right? After taking the first tower. So yeah, abandoning this just isn't really a real strategy. He spent 3. You probably assume that's a cloak. I think I probably want to no accident the PA mid.
15 seconds remaining.
Doing so could require initiative. And I've got like Chain Frost. I've got a super power hand in later rounds. He doesn't have Treant, so he can't really stop the... He doesn't have enough armor to really threaten this. Okay, we forced out the Steel Strength. Now we could escape route this. We're giving up initiative mid, so he could use a health item, but we could actually just Disciple mid after giving up initiative. I think I'll do this now that this trade is becoming extremely unfavorable for me. So if he wants to get out of this left lane, he needs to commit Darkseer. I don't know. This play might just be too aggressive. Like, we have the Chain Frost in hands.
Thank you.
Maybe playing it safe is just proper. So how many black plays? He's got a very light deck as far as black is considered. The Spook is Tyler Estate Sensor. If we play Disciple and he has a Sensor, that feels very bad. The PA still dies, though. And he still takes a lot of damage to face. So I think Disciple still feels very favorable here.
How can I be of service?
You're mine.
There's a chance he has nothing to play, which feels good. Yeah, Sensor. This is kind of obnoxious. Whoa. That's a risky play on his part. He's keeping his PA alive at 2 health just to... And keeping the Disciple up. That seems like a misplay to me. I think Disciple is scarier, and the PA might just die to the no accident from his perspective. I mean, he has to assume we have like multiple no accidents in our hand because we're running double Debbie. I don't think that positioning is great for him. So I could enrage just to peel some armor off, but I really don't like it here. Not in a hurry. This armor kind of has a hard time mattering, right? Darkseer goes into Bristleback, makes the armor matter, but I'm gonna enrage if that happens anyway, right? Just having a salve as an option is nice. Two creep spawns left will really slow him down. It's not as if we can't fight to reclaim left. Especially since his Darkseer is deploying now. Spreading out our black at least a little bit will be nice. This Enchantress is fairly spooky. Putting Ursa here can sometimes allow me to enrage, but I could also just leave her alone. She has regen and empower, and these are scary things if I contest that lane. Ursa just wants to go into heroes. I could do something a little strange like this. This looks like a really strange deployment.
Seconds remaining. 3, 2.
This might be proper now, though. This is maybe a wonky deployment. Really wanted to hit something for enrage. This Ursa is not spawning into anything. Feels bad. Viscous Nasal Good is kind of just nothing on this board state. We need, or rather we want, initiative mid. Would be nice. Take the Nazogu right now on Darkseer. Allows me to no accident it next turn. Moist.
If you move the stats of a hero, you basically have one more hero though.
Yeah. For Ravenous Mass, like, kind of. That's kind of true. You're feeding them gold and taking the stats off for 2 turns. And then, I don't know. Having one more hero is pretty different than just having, like, plus stats of a hero. And the thing is, like, Ravenous Mass is so far below curve. So look at what you expect from a 4 mana. A 4 mana is like a 4/5, right? Like a Chillwind Deity. Obviously, this isn't the same game, but it's ballpark. Like, you expect something of that stat line. It's more than a 4/4. I think we can sacrifice this creep in front of Magnus. I don't think this is doing anything. But we do still want initiative.
One minute until forced surrender.
We got the Ogre Conscript coming in next turn. We can keep the Bristle alive with the Enrage. She feels fine. Just want to pick off this PA. Of course, we're burning through a lot of our time here. So initiative matters a lot less now, and the creep has a harder time mattering as well. I think I'd rather keep the creep though than the card in hand, since the creep actually can live now. Initiative still might matter. Like, we're still blocking him out of black, which lowers his tempo options, stops him from being able to heal it. Still nice. This is a nightmare lane though, now that we dropped Disciple. We got a lot of tower damage in. It was very efficient, but because of how these spawns have gone, this lane is no longer good. Yeah, I mean, they're surviving at 1. He doesn't really have a way to punish surviving things at 1, so maybe it's okay. So what does Enrage do here?
In 30 seconds.
Better to keep it alive with like Salve if I can, right?
Forced surrender in 20 seconds.
I think that Salve might need to save my Lich, because I need my Lich to survive next turn.
I wish I didn't have to do this.
We're gonna have to rely on finding a health item, which is pretty likely. I don't know. I might have overcommitted to keep this Priscilla alive. So Keenfolk Musket could, in theory, kill this, but only if he doesn't respond, which is really unlikely. Purge effects.
1 minute until forced surrender.
Just gonna do this. I don't know. Not sure about the Keenfolk Musket choice. Drawing a no accident here would feel fine if we had initiative, but we don't. Second Ogre would feel good. Slay's not bad. Red Mist Pillager is good. So Red Mist here and Ogre mid. Ogre mid just kind of feeds the Enchantress. This Enchantress is very scary. We want to open up the Red Mist Pillager as an option. So we're going to play passive for now. Let him use his mana. If he uses his mana, it doesn't respect Pillager. I feel pretty good about this Pillager drop here. His Verdant Refuge makes Chainfrost weaker, but I mean, it'll still kind of clean up. We still have 2 of them. We want to keep one of these alive. You just slay the creep, right? This creep is spooky. We kind of don't want initiative mid, because we want him to play something and then slay the creep first.
I'm the greatest military mind in
So we have slay here. We're not getting better value out of Keenfolk Musket, right? So we can Keenfolk here as well. We just want to pass though, because we want initiative for as late as possible. So we're probably forced to slay here just because of the, you know, value inherent to the slay. Are we forced to slay here? What if we just Red Mist?
Forced surrender in 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're forced to slay.
You will not prevail.
Forced surrender in 20 seconds.
This mid lane is a disaster. Everything is going wrong here. These like spawns and arrows could not function at a worse capacity here for us. And then this right lane has this ogre right into the 9 attack Enchantress. Disaster. If he plays a unit, I'll literally slap it with an ogre. He's got PA spawning into my Chainfrost. Man, this right lane doesn't feel amazing. I think I am just kind of winning general value plays though. Honestly, I think I like shield better than potion. Potion, I'm not the biggest fan of potion in draft still. So he's got initiative, which means he's gonna go ahead and coup our Lich probably. So, I mean, he's not gonna stop our Chainfrost from coming down in time though. Chainfrost right when the Debbie's respawn is gonna be really good. So when he goes for coup, we just Red Mist, right? Okay, he went for coup. So can't really play anything here. I'm fine with just Red Misting. He has no grazing shot.
I'm just the beginning.
Shield of Bassi does nothing really here. Bassi plus Ogre Conscript here actually could be fine. Bassi means the cleave doesn't matter. Ogre Conscript will be able to survive the Enchantress with the Bassi.
Time to finish the job.
The red mist marches.
I think we equip the Bassi first and see what happens. Ogre spawning into Enchantress kind of doesn't really do that much. Maybe it should just punt the creep. I mean, we're blocking tower damage. We could still like steal strength or something. I guess we see what he does first.
I'm gonna be unstoppable.
I'm not afraid to fight.
Double empower. Monk Giga. Okay, this ogre is just gonna go on over here then. Okay, so killing that creep makes the Chainfrost right better. So we just want to Chainfrost right, slam that Enchantress. These Chainfrosts are probably just about to win us the game. So Demagicking Maul actually could be worth holding here. It's just 1 gold. I think this game is closing out a little too fast though. So we want to split our ability to play for the Chainfrost, so we're just going to do that. That's just a pretty easy deployment, I want to say. We've kind of already one left. So he's going to have to surge. He will give initiative back to us, and we're just going to get some massive Chain Frosts off on this guy. Defend the weak does pretty well. He needs to surge mid to enable the defend the weak to stop our Chain Frost mid. And by stop, I mean reduce the value of, because like Magnus is still going to die. So he has initiative here. He's going to give it up. Grazing Shot actually could help Chain Frost hit higher value. So he's going to surge something. He's going to surge PA mid or something to stop the Chain Frost there. Right now the Chain Frost right deals 8. So it kills both things right. We're happy about Chain Frost right. We want to enable Chain Frost mid to higher value. We could take something like a Grazing Shot on this. This makes it die to 1 tick of Chain Frost. If PA goes with Bassi, it's going to get 1 armor, which means it's actually even more important. Oh, we can't Grazing Shot here. What the hell am I talking about? So he needs to stabilize left, and that's going to be really hard against our multiple Chain Frosts. Like, we still have Lich coming back. I feel very good about this game. So 3 taps the Magnus, 2 taps this, which means I've got 3 more taps. If he sends, I mean, he has to send PA. If he sends PA, though, he does allow my Red Mist to clone. Wait, no, this doesn't survive the combat phase. You've got to surge PA mid. That's such a good play against Chain Frost. That actually just, like, neuters me. Do I still have to do it? If he sends PA mid, everything on this row has, like, 2 armor. Magnus doesn't die. Didn't send PA?
You've fallen into my trap.
I mean, this has plenty of armor. So this needs to take 3 taps from Chain Frost to die.
I'm here to fight.
I mean, the Magnus will die. This will die. The problem is, are we running out of steam? Are we ever worried about that? Because the Lich might actually need to Chain Frost left, but the Bassi plus the Verdant Refuge really shuts it down. I actually think we have no choice but to Chain Frost here. This does feel kind of bad. The more, and Keith is like right in the middle.
1 minute until forced
I think we have no choice though. Those were a little unlucky bounces. It would have been nice to not have to Grazing Shot there.
We'll fight for it.
So he can pump this for exactly the right amount to kill the Debbie. Feels bad.
Time for us to get to work.
That's the perfect amount of gold. If he has 1 less gold, this trade is so bad for him. I don't know. There's a chance I'm blowing my loads a little aggressively. Like, if I Chain Frost this, it will just come back, right? Does it come back fast enough, though? Chain Frost is, like, so bad against the rest of the board now. He's developed a ton of armor. And this tower is dead now. We have to Chain Frost this. The problem is he's put up a really good defense against both of these. And his Darkseer is just giving him unlimited mobility. As much as I like Ring, I think I do need to scoop for multiple items here. He's got better survivability in the short term by just doing stuff like this.
15 seconds remaining.
Keenfolk could actually be important. So we can pick off this Darkseer. I think we have to. Still initiative again. We just gotta play for left. Pick off the Darkseer. He'll probably coup the Ursa, and then we Keenfolk this creep. Actually, we can no accent on the Darkseer. We don't have to pick it off. That feels good. Doink.
Perhaps your kin will speak for you.
So he's got to ass pull something here. Right now, we actually have lethal even if he coups our Ursa, because we can Keenfolk this creep and then pick off this creep if we really want. Interesting. Lowering his max mana does kind of do nothing for me here.
1 minute until forced surrender.
Don't need... there's a good chance he's going to coup this, but we don't need this on anything else. So it's fine if he coups our Traveler's Cloak we just equipped. If he uses mana for coup, then we'll equip Keenfolk on Ursa as well. Keenfolk kind of does nothing on this board right now, though. Are we playing around? Yeah, that's not surprising. Okay. Short 30-second bathroom break.